Welcome to Lead Live, reminding you of your personal genius and how you think in order to actualize what you desire.
Greetings. Welcome to Lead Live. LEAD stands for Leadership Excellence and Achievement on Demand. And so our broadcast is all about you as individuals, you as families, and definitely you as businesses. Choosing to lead with excellence, choosing to maintain or to establish and sustain a mindset. It says you can and will and are functioning with a high level of integrity and understanding of how to leverage resources that you already have, resources that are external to what you have in the environment, among family, among communities, among the society, on the planet to your advantage to elevate the nature of who you are in terms of your inherent greatness, your predisposition towards adding value to not only your own life, your family's lives, the community's life, society at large. And that brings us to our topic today. Are you protecting your business and key executives? So much of what we do on this planet is all around ensuring that we have the right nature of trade, commerce, businesses that are facilitating the nature of our lives, helping us to edify ourselves, helping us to be the greatness that we were born to be as individuals, again, as families, as communities, as a human species. And so today I'm honored to have a remarkable leader, professional, caring adult, mother, partner, just unassuming sister, daughter, caring human being, Olive Behashti. She's part of our network, our community of financial leaders. She's a broker, much, much more, as I just conveyed. And we're going to talk about why you are important. We're going to talk about why businesses are important. And we're going to talk about why the right executives in support of your businesses are absolutely key and how to protect businesses and executives. Now, we're going to provide a lot of perspective. So please tune in, lean in, gather whatever nuggets that you find to be invaluable, and let's take off from here. So I'm going to ask Jet to bring in Olive from the back of the studio. Wonderful. Hello, Olive. How are you?
Hello, Dr. Webb. Hello
It's
to
great
the
to see you.
audience. Thank you. Thank you. I was just listening when you're talking about I just fell in love with me. I said, wow. I just
Who is
said
it?
to myself,
Dennis writes, Olive, 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 exclamation mark. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Dennis Ochoa. And
yeah.
so I want us to just prompt the audience, even before I share your bio, which many of us know and know well and just really honor you. But before we do that, I want people to be thinking we have well in excess of in the US alone, well in excess of 30 million businesses. 30 million businesses. We had an all-time high of 33 million businesses. I don't know what the count is today, but that's quite a number of businesses. And well in excess of 90% of those businesses are small businesses, meaning that the revenue that they generate is less than 50 million a year. Now, for some people, it's like, oh, 50 million, that must be a huge business. No, we have businesses that are making into the hundreds of billions a year and even trillions. And so, but why? Why would we say businesses are important? And we're going to come back to that, folks. But first, let me just introduce you to Olive. Olive has been in the financial services industry for in excess of 26 years. And she's currently a senior marketing director. Her and her beautiful, remarkable partner, Jerry, had the firm Apex Legacy Leadership. Now, there's a reason why it's not just Apex Legacy, that it's about leadership. And I'm going to have her tell part of that story, but I'm just going to foreshadow it by saying they're all about ensuring the next generation of leaders. Among those of us who are very young, those of us who are middle aged, even those of us who are up in age and have already retired, and yet we still want to grow. So they're all about leadership. Yes, they do major work in shoring up individuals' needs, families' needs, even large organizations' needs, businesses' needs. It's really, at the end of the day, all about reminding each one of us that we can not only lead with distinction, we can protect ourselves on, on the path to leading with distinction. And so this woman has historically specialized in teaching people what the wealthy know about investing in their financial future. We'll come back to that in a bit. And she has a legacy of working with a number of private firms and public firms, and they include New York Life. She has had a TV show for 12 years that literally has been tapped in by hundreds of thousands of individuals. Well in excess of 100,000 people know about her TV show. That's fascinating, and it's called Tea Time with Olive. And a significant number of people, not only in the US, Canada, but also a large segment of our Afghan population have leveraged her show. So I am just deeply appreciative of Olive because she believes in the power of knowledge and facilitating knowledge among individuals so that they grow and they're able to add that knowledge to their businesses so the businesses can grow. And why businesses? Too many of us either are on the so-called right side or the wrong side. We're on the left side or the right side, or we're on the black side or the white side. We're on the open side or the closed side. I mean, whatever you want to call it, we have this dualistic mindset, predisposition that seems to be reinforced by a lot of societal means, a lot of societal messages. And we want you to remember that you can break through that dualistic thinking, that sense of it must be this way, it must be that way. There's a lot of gradations, folks. Things are not just or not just. There's a lot more, and we get to create the more. And that's what Lead Live is all about. And it's about reminding people, as Olive lives, the 5 F's: faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. And why do we say that? Because every business, the degree to which you're doing those things, you're ensuring that you have a healthy, remarkable, sustainable, trustworthy organization. So, with that said, I'm going to step out the way and ask a salient question of my friend, uh, colleague, and I love to say partner, although I am subservient to her or subordinate to her, maybe it's a better word, in terms of expertise in the financial services arena. Yet I'm getting up to speed, and thanks to a great deal to her and other remarkable people. So, Olive, I've spoken enough. Tell me why businesses are important. Tell us why, from your perspective.
Well, I am, thank you, Dr. Webb. That was beautiful. So I could just sit here forever and just listen to you. So
Oh,
thank you for having this beautiful show every Wednesday. It has, a lot of amazing guests comes on your show, and every one of them have great experiences and knowledges and what they do. And when we talk about businesses, honestly, when I was a young child, I used to ask my grandmother about business. What's business, right? So she used to say, because she was always empowering women, she used to say, the backbone of business is even before the money created, there was no coins, there was no money, but the woman and the farms, they start doing business with each other. How? Then let's say some women had chickens, they would sell the eggs, and some women had goats, they would make cheese and they had milk, so they would trade it, right? So what is, when we go deep into conversation about business, what is it? Business is like individuals that have a product or an idea that they believe that product or that idea that could help people around them, that could help the communities, right? So obviously I have something that you need, You have something that I need. In today's world, most cases, maybe I have the product, you have the money. I need the money, you need the product. So what do? We get together and we discuss that what is the balance right there that we could help each other. However, when it comes to financial industry, and Dr. Webb knows I get really deep into this conversation. When it comes to financial industry, I always say it in my presentations and my meetings and my trainings. I always talk about this. 99% of rules and regulations in the world are really created by wealthy people, right? For the benefit of who first? The wealthy. So as long as 95% of people literally follow the system, who's becoming wealthy? The 2 to 5% of people, right? So now we got to change that. There's not enough of me and Dr. Webb. We would love to have more people join us and help. It's a movement. For us, the reason we picked the name Apex Legacy Leadership, because we don't feel like it's a business. We feel like it's a movement.
It's a crusade.
Yeah, the more people need to know how to protect their money, how to protect their businesses. Why do you start a business? Because you believe in your products. You love your product. You want more people to know. You want to help people. So what do? We literally help you have a healthy business and grow your business and leave a legacy behind through your business. So I hope that answered your question, Dr.
You just touched on so many basics that people understand. And that is, what is a business? It's a means to provide, to actualize a vision, core ideals. And you provide services, you provide products. They're goods, they're products, they're means to get people to where they want to be or to experience something. And then in the process, you provide jobs, places where people can actually earn the means of exchange. In this case, it's money. And those businesses do what you're exactly talking about. People have a mindset, they're looking to generate revenue. And unless you're providing a product and service that has quality that people want, you're not going to be successful. So who do you need? You need the people in the organization with the talents to do that and do it exceptionally well. And we're always satisfying a need and or demands. If there's enough need, there's a high demand, right? And so what does it do? The right business or businesses, and hopefully of those 30 million plus in the US alone, are providing quality. And not just the kind of classic here products and services, and they get a AAA rating or whatever because of the nature of the products and service, but the way it's delivered with integrity. There's internal work that's done, whether it's in the pricing department, the promotion department, the distribution department, the procurement department, the marketing, what all these key units of an organization. Sometimes when they're small enough, one person is trying to do it all. We don't recommend that. And it's large enough, you've got all these different divisions and people working masterfully. And if you're building your organization with the right kind of I want to use a word, but I don't know if it's appropriate for prime time. So I won't use that word now, but it's a fun word. I'll tell you, Olive, one-on-one. If you want to know, contact me. But essentially, you want to be able to leverage leadership, to grow in your leadership. So when you actualize these different functions of your organization, not only you're providing quality services, quality products, you are demonstrating your influence. You're influencing the ethics of people. You're influencing commitment of employees. You're influencing the nature of who invest. So the investors themselves, you're anticipating challenges and rising to the challenge. You're minimizing any kind of legal issues because of the wholesomeness, the groundedness, the the regulated nature of your organization, you have controls in place, whether it's cost controls or if there's a hazard, you're managing any kinds of hazards. That's what we're talking about, so that people are free to perform, to influence, to innovate. And that's what's powerful. And the organizations that do that well, whether they're on a farm in that classic model where they're not exchanging money, but it's more powerful than money. They're exchanging goods and services that leads to sustaining whole communities. And that's what businesses are about. And when we understand that, then we're less concerned about, oh, there's big business, there's small business, there's not enough business, there's too many. We're more focused on why we have businesses and how to leverage them, how to grow them, and how to protect them. Right, Olive?
Absolutely, absolutely, Dr. Webb. And either if somebody's just starting to, their business, or is it they already have in a business? If you already have a business, obviously you're thinking that how do I take it to the next level, right? The industry changes all the time.
Yes.
There's competition is high in any businesses. But when somebody comes in your business, either as your employee, as your partner, as your client, that person came because of you, right? They trust in you, right? So now that you have them with you because of the trust, now how are you going to keep them? Because if you think about it, competition is competition. It's out there. And sometimes I think about it, how come on one street, one side is Jack in the Box, one side is McDonald's, and there is Burger King, and all these fast food, they all have hamburgers and they all have French fries, but they're all making it. How is that? Well, I'm not going to say anything negative about McDonald's French fries. It's like pretty bad. But however, mainly they have the same food and they're all on the same side of the street. So how they make it? So even though competition's all around us, what kind of services do you offer your employees, your partners, to keep them sustained, to keep them happy? Number one, there's a whole lot of products in the financial industry that I'm not going to name any of them, but there are products that actually, for a business owner, you could get a huge tax write-off from them, and I was talking with the client yesterday. Literally, he bought this package for his employees. So, and God forbid, if they pass, their business still keeps going on. On the other hand, the cash that was accumulated inside these policies, some of these employees could actually get a bonus. Right? They could get up to $100,000 bonus. You work 20 years, 15 years with my company. I want to say thank you. You actually take out some cash and you give them as a bonus, right? And you get a tax write-off as your company. I mean, there's a lot of little fine details, and so that's why I'm not going to mention the name of the product. But there are so many products in the financial industry. There are literally so many codes that a business owner could help himself in so many ways to protect yourself, to save your good employee, to keep your employee happy. I honestly, me and Jerry, in the last 3 months, I should say, we were able to recruit so many licensed agents from other companies. Why did they come to us? Why did they come to us?
I know why they came. You tell us.
Well, obviously, it's because of our leadership. Because we're not just about to make a sale on them. We want them to really learn and understand the importance of leadership. Because we need more good people in this world. It's not always about money, 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 money. Money comes when you do good.
And I want us to stay there for a moment. I want us not to go gloss over that too quickly. Money comes when you do good. I want us to stay there for a moment. So what is it? What did Jerry, your partner, write? Known and unknown side of, or educated or uneducated side. Here's the thing that we want to remind people. Thank you, Jerry. we want to remind people something that someone said it much better than I, and I wish I could remember his name. He's a pastor out of Barbados, but I think you find it in a lot of religious and philosophical texts, and that is, you do what's remarkable, you add value, you be less concerned about the gifts. The gifts are just automatic. They come. It's like throwing a boomerang. When you get it back, it comes back with greater force, folks. You give unconditionally, you're going to receive. Don't worry about that. Yes, you've got real needs, real financial needs right now. Set yourself up fundamentally, build the foundation, give unconditionally, give in a way that has integrity. And guess what? The riches overflow. And be mindful. Don't try to force fit, because you may get things that you don't want. If the universe, if the great spirit, if God, if Mother Spirit, however you envision this remarkable essence that has imbued in us life, plans to give us all the riches, which all of us are supposedly, it's our birthright, then why force fit? If it's already ordained, if it's already in place, if it's already expected, then function as though it's expected. Learn what you need to learn, cultivate what you need to cultivate, collaborate in whatever way. When you were mentioning McDonald's and Burger Kings and on and on and on, Wendy's, you could say, etc., I could say that there's a ecosystem of collaboration, even though each one wants to do better than the other, right? There's an ecosystem of collaboration, because there's not an aggressive effort to annihilate that business. Those franchises are coming up. People are coming to you and Jerry because of what? They're coming to me. They're coming to other people we know. Why? Because we're building people up. We know there's enough. It's always the educated understand. And we don't mean just formally. You can be formally educated. That's wonderful. And you could be less astute being formally educated. You can be street smart and less astute. So it's not just where you got educated. It is the nature of what you are learning that allows you to pay it forward. When you pay it forward before you've even received, oh my God, the riches are just overwhelming. So I wanted to say that. The other thing is, the wealthy don't talk about money. Those who have less money or trying to get money talk about money a lot. What do the wealthy talk about? They talk about what you started with, Olive. They talk about ideas and ideals and how to codify them or how to operationalize them into an actual vision, an actual set of goals, an actual set of practices. And then they take action, and guess what? It's manifested. You're like, my God, how did they create blah, blah, blah? Now it's a $1 trillion corporation. Well, it started with an idea. And that's what those who are transformative do. They start there, and guess what? They stay there. And guess what? They end there. And guess what? They enhance there. And what is seriously, do the right thing for people is never wrong. Doing the right thing for people is never wrong. Go ahead, Olive.
Absolutely. I love when my Jerry writes all those comments. By the way, he doesn't miss any of your shows on Wednesday. He's a #1 fan.
Aw, thank you, Jerry. But you were going to say before I cut you off. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I just took some notes last night as I was thinking about the show today and the message that we want people to actually hear, especially the topic of our show is business owners, and we want to help business owners to go to the next level. You just made a great comment, Dr. Webb. Wealthy people always think about ideas. They're always thinking on how to expand, right, their businesses, how to take it to the next level, how to take it all over the world, right? So one of the ways, one of the speakers that I watched last night, he made a comment. He said, think about Apple. So do you think that he had the right protection as a business for Steve Jobs? So Steve Jobs was, rest in peace, was gone. But what did he leave behind? Because what he left behind, Apple even got farther, right? So when you believe in your business so much, all the hard work that you did, that you built this business, do you want something happened? It's life, right? Like you just mentioned, Dr. Webb, it's the power of legacy, or is it if you're religious, or to our belief, our God, whatever that might be, right? So things happen in life. Now that you don't necessarily die, let's say you become paralyzed, right? Let's say you have a heart attack, cancer, God forbid, anything could happen. What's going to happen to your business? Do you have the right protection? Not the insurances that you have for your business, the right protection to replace not only your income, but the rest of your employees' income. There are so many products out there that what we do, myself and Dr. Webb and Jerry and my whole team, Dennis here watching us, and all of us, we are a team of people that we work together. It's not one agent that come and sit and fill out some paperwork. This is right, this is wrong. And in back of his head, he's thinking, I'll make more commission here. This is the one good for you. No, we are a team of people. We literally sit together, discuss together, and we see that what's out there out of 200 financial companies just in America, what is the right product for you?
And I want to add to that, only A and A plus rated companies.
That is absolutely right.
That's critical.
Yep, absolutely right. And between all of us, we give ideas, we discuss, and we say, what's the right product that helps your employees, the employer, the owner, the actual company, your business. So regardless of something as crazy as 2008, the market went down, or the power of legacy just in the last 2 years because of the COVID-19, regardless of what comes in the world, your business still runs. Do you have that kind of protection? What did we all learn from Corona-19 with the coronavirus? What did we all learn? The number one lesson we learned, to have the right protection, not only for your business, but for yourself as an individual. And that's something that we work with.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because when we say protection, we're talking about the obvious and what's not so obvious, folks. So don't just assume it's only A, but also includes B and maybe some things you've never heard of. So contact us if you want more details. But the key thing is we have a tendency of protecting things in our lives that really are not as impactful as our businesses, as even our executives, if we lost them. We protect what? Our vehicles. Well, they're important to us. We protect our homes. They're important to us. We protect the valuables in our homes. We protect a host of things. We protect our jewelry. Some of us protect our appliances. But do we protect our businesses? Do we protect those who are leading the businesses in ways that if anything were to happen to them, we'd lose all that intelligence. We lose that deeper vision. We lose a lot. Are we really thinking strategically, whether we're a large business or whether we're a small business? Ask yourself the question. If you're an entrepreneur and you've been in business for 5, 10 years and you're happy, you've got a few employees or you're bringing on employees, what's to ensure the sustainability of your organization? You've been in business for many years and you've exceeded that $50 million mark, and you really want to go to the next level. What's to ensure that your business can withstand another major outbreak or pandemic? There are businesses that stayed in business last year primarily because they had the right protection. Had they not had those protections, had they not done the due diligence, they would not be in business, as too many of our businesses just collapsed. Not because they weren't providing a need. There was a need. There was a demand. However, things shifted last year. People who didn't have the same facility. So the demand was put on the shelf. The need seemed to be neutralized. Well, the need and the demand are back. Yet those businesses, unfortunately, couldn't survive, even with the marginal resources that they were able to get, if they were able to get it from the state and or federal level. So we're all about saying, take the time, even though you're swamped. We know it. We talk to people all day long, every day of the week, and not just Monday through Friday. And we hear their stories. Their stories are probably your stories about you've got family, you're working around the clock as an executive, trying to keep the organization going. The organization is surviving, but you want to thrive. You are a business owner, and you're not certain how it's going to sustain, but you're pretty optimistic, and you're doing your due diligence. We hear a lot. We want you to slow down enough to attend to ask at least the following questions. And I'm sure Olive will have more salient questions. But one is, how healthy is your business? How healthy is your business? And there's many other subsequent questions to that. Another is, do you have what you need to secure and retain the leadership of your organization? Those two questions we want you to be thinking about as we continue this brief discussion. Anything you want to add to that?
Well, Dr. Webb, you made some great points. And one of the questions that I usually ask my new business partners, I tell them that, especially if they have kids, is it hard to raise a kid? Do you have to, let's say you have a new baby, can you leave a new baby home alone, walk away, or stay away from your baby for certain hours? No, you can't. As a new business owner, if there are business owners, that's your baby. That's your child. You got to raise it. You got to build it. You got to make it better every day. How to make it better? Find out. Get in contact with Dr. Webb, with myself. We'll give you ideas. We'll give you suggestions. And the best thing, one of the reasons that we call our business Apex Leadership is because we want to lead you to right direction, and there is literally no charge. It's all complimentary, because like I said earlier, it's not always about money will come later, but we would love to give you ideas, suggestions on how to, if you have employees, how to have certain products for your business that protects your employee. God forbid. I mean, the virus right and left is, I try to avoid the news. The only show I watch is Dr. Webb's show. but you hear it all over, that so-and-so got it, so-and-so got it, so-and-so passed away. But what if those people have families, and you have some employees that have been with you for so many years? So as a human, as a good person, as a good employer, I would feel responsible if something happens to one of my employees and their families didn't have the right protection.
Well, yeah. Yeah, the thing that comes to mind is our understanding of what attracts and retain key executives, key employees. And the obvious, of course, is the organization's reputation, engagement, the way leaders engage with all members of the organization, the actual goals, the overarching mission, the vision, the goals that concretize the broader mission, if you will, and who the owners are. How are the owners in terms of engagement, in terms of demonstrating the overarching vision, mission, and the specific goals of the organization? And then the culture, the core values, connections that are made, and the transparency and sharing information. And is the organization having fun, or is it just all heavy? We all deserve to have that fifth F, fun, right? And of course, the nature of the leadership action. Is it swift? Are they proactive? Are they consistent and reliable? Are they learning themselves and encouraging other people to learn and educating the entire a set of individuals who work within that organization or the entire workforce? Are they proactive? Are they engaged in a way that's depth with stakeholders, bringing them in, internal as well as external? But what people tend to do is think about those kinds of things, those things that are so critical to leadership, and they're important. What they tend to forget is what Olive just said: how to protect everyone in the organization, how to protect key employees in the organization, how to ensure that people understand that you value them, and not just because they're filling a role that you have, but because they are a full human being. They are deserving of value because they are of value. They're deserving of respect. They don't have to earn it. They are to be respected. And their skill set, you honor their strengths, you honor their achievements, you demonstrate it. So, how to create a set of incentives that complement, how to ensure that every person in the organization, including yourself, is experiencing the full value. That's what we're talking about. And I want to acknowledge some other comments that are made here. And Jerry says, do you offer a resource to business owners to provide a retirement vehicle for their employees? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. You want to speak a little bit to that, Olive?
Yes, Jerry's really good at researching, and when it comes to new laws and new regulations, especially what comes with business owners. And just not long ago, he found out that business owners in California and certain states. Maybe he could write that or share that article on the chat, or maybe he could write the name of the states. But he found out that these states, that if you're a business owner and you have 5 employees or more, it's mandatory to have a retirement package for your employees. And because of that, we literally went on even more search to find ways and the right people that me and Dr. Webb are in contact with, that we literally have the right resources, the right help. Again, all the services are complimentary. We literally contact us and we're going to set you up with the right person. So you start the retirement package through your business, but you don't pay. It doesn't go from your pocket. You will literally pay through your business. And there's a bunch of other benefits that you can get as far as the tax codes, because there are a lot of different tax codes that, God bless CPA's heart. They work so hard. I appreciate them, and I love them. They're awesome. It's just a lot of them don't have the right licenses to discuss with you about certain products with you. However, there are products that, as a business owner, you get a huge tax write-off, and you have the right protection by law that's coming out. So your employees are protected, and we have the excellent resources that could help you complimentary, so you don't pay anything extra.
Tomoko writes, info today here is a gold mine for businesses. The people who are watching are so lucky to be receiving this information. Thank you too, Tomoko.
Thank you, Tomoko. Well, you know what? I think about myself. For me, Maria Earnshaw been my friend for years. And then when me and Jerry started our brokerage, we couldn't do it without Maria and AJ Earnshaw. These girls been with us since the beginning. So you, as a business owner, the number one thing I want you to think about that if you're going to expand your business, who are the key persons in your business that are so important to you that you need them to expand your business, right? You can't do everything on your own, right? You can't always say, oh, I got this, I got this, I got this. No, you're going to fall all over the place. So if you have key people in your business, have the right protection for them. It's only fair, and you want them to stay. And I tell people it's nothing personal. If somebody finds, you could be best friends, but if there's somebody offers this person something better, it's nothing personal. You don't pay their bills. They're gonna go somewhere that
It's part of the growth. It's part
it's
of their
part of
growth
the
and their
growth.
development. Mhm.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. So yes, to Jerry's questions, we
Mhm.
have
Mhm.
absolutely great resources. Just contact us, we'll help you.
Yeah, and also emphasize what we shared earlier. We're not, the wonderful thing about our roles and our decision to be in these roles is that we're not captive to one organization. And so we can expose you to the best A or A plus rated company that works for you, not for us, not for someone else, not for an organization, but that works for you. You get to make the assessment, we provide the education, you make the decision, and we get out of the way so that you can do what you do well. Our role is to complement you and ensure that you know how best to protect your business, how best to protect your the folks with whom you work, who serve in various roles in your business, key employees, all of your employees. Why are they important to you? We like to believe, and we live it, that they are the most important asset to a business. Every individual. What is a business? Especially in these times, it's for the most part, many of them are not even brick and mortar. But even if they were, they're not just systems, they're not just tools. If you don't have people creating those systems, using those tools, facilitating the processes, you have no organization. So, how to ensure the success of your organization, how to protect your organization? You protect your people. That includes yourself. And you protect the overarching business itself so they can withstand the kinds of crises that we've experienced in the last 20 years and definitely last year.
I'm just gonna follow up on a comment that Jerry put. He made a great point that we are the Amazon of financial industry. Traditionally, a lot of business owners are used to talking with them. We're not trying to step on anybody's feet here, but traditionally they're used to working with one individual from one company. I just want to emphasize that there are a lot of options out there for you, depending, the value of your business, the value of your head, yourself, your employee. Everybody has how much you're worth, how much your business should worth. So protect that. Literally having protection for yourself, knowing your worth, knowing your business worth, your employees worth. Protect all of that. Is it going to cost you extra money? No, it doesn't. You literally have to know where to put your money. If you know the right tax codes, then you know where to put it. And that's very important. And again, contact us because this law just passed for business owners. We just want to help you. That's all we want to do.
Yes. And we can give you more details in terms of the state. But if you're in California, definitely know California is one of those states. Thank you, Jerry, for reminding us. Any other salient things that folks who are viewing who have access to write comments on Facebook and YouTube? You can't do it on LinkedIn, unfortunately, nor will you have access to Amazon or Roku TV, but you can here. So feel free to post comments. We're going to go into another 5 minutes because we both have to jump off a little bit early. And yet, Olive, you're hitting some of the nails on the head. As most, hopefully, people understand, in the United States alone, and it's certainly mirrored across the world, the number one broad area of business is a service industries. And whether that is classic providing a direct service from one business to another business or business to individuals, clients, or from the food services industry that we've mentioned before, retail industry, health, beauty, fitness, automotive, in-home care, technology, in-home cleaning, and in maintenance industry. There are a lot of service industries. And those are the industries that have a tendency of providing less coverage to employees. Isn't that what you've found too, Olive?
Very, very, very sad. Yes, very sad and very true. Again, you see the level of certain businesses, how they grow and they become more successful. That's because they offer the right package for their employees. You should treat your employees as your family. Because of those employees, your business is getting better. So if you want to have a more better, successful business, growing business, regardless, and recession proof. Your business, you have to build your business to be a recession proof. Bottom line. So if you
Pandemic
do
proof.
that, absolutely pandemic proof. Again, the industry's changing. Look, we're on Zoom era, right? So everything in the world is changing. Make sure not only you're prepared, but your business is prepared. Is your business protected? Is your business prepared? Is your employees protected? If you lose your employee, guess what happens? You lose your business because your business is sitting on your employees. So you got to have the right package for your business to protect your business and your employees.
I want to say something because as someone like you who spent many years, nearly 40 years in higher education alone as a professional and 20 years as an executive, I just remember hearing all these voices and people meaning well, saying you can't look that way. That's not professional. You can't, you don't get into to talk about people's families. That's too personal. Don't all these don'ts, as though somehow when you step into that organization, who you are as a human being, as a full human being, as a parent, as a child, as a sibling, as a friend, as a partner, all those things go away. You're now only an employee. Never is that the case. The degree to which you honor people fully, guess what? They show up more fully. Guess what? They know they're respected. You can't say act like you respect and then negate a whole host of aspects of an individual. And so when Olive had just conveyed, get to know their families, get to know them, honor them, treat them like your family. Yes, you can have hard conversations with them. And quite frankly, we should be having hard conversations with our family. If something doesn't work, step up because you love at the core, and hopefully it's unconditional, not demanding that they be something that they're not. When you love at the core, you get through those hard conversations. Same thing with work. If someone doesn't perform well, treat them well, even as you have to provide them with an exit plan. After, providing with them with training, support, giving them more than just one or two or three chances, when it's time for them to go, help them go and help them transition into something else if possible. That doesn't mean you cannot be personal. You have to be respectful and you have to know the lines of you don't get into someone else's business, but you can know about who they are and honor who they are. I needed to emphasize that because we have this artificial sense of the nature of work. What is work? It's what we create. Olive just conveyed that at the beginning. It was imagining on our part. Then it became an ideal. Then it became a vision. Then it became a mission. Then it became specific goals. Then it became strategies. And we took action. And voila, there it goes. Well, the same thing with cultivating a remarkable relationship with your colleagues, with those with whom you serve, you report. They report to you. I loved something about someone you've met. I look forward to meeting. He's one of our mentors. His name is Rich Thawley. And he stated, all great things require great efforts. And that's not just in building a business, it's also in cultivating the relationship with those folks with whom we work. All great efforts, all great efforts can lead to great things, but great things require great efforts. Other comments. Thank you, Hawa. I just love you. I look forward to meeting you someday. She writes, thank you very much. Thank you very much to both of you leaders. We always appreciate you taking the time to empower and inspire us. And Jerry writes, everyone should know the IRS tax codes, not just the wealthy, who is teaching these IRS codes to the common folks that cannot afford a financial advisor. Let me speak to that. Let me just say something. Last year, thanks to a number of folks, Tomoko, you, Olive, Eric Olson, Jerry, I mean, I can name a number of people, but I began to learn things that as a person in her 60s, I could not believe I didn't know. And so I wasn't too hard on myself. I was for a day, but then I got through it and then began the path to, I love reading. So I've got at least 60 books that are just about the financial services industry or specific to a particular series of products, et cetera, that frees people up from the burden of chasing money to create a life. What if you had your money work for you and you didn't do any chasing? You live life fully. Folks, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about that in terms of your business. We're talking about that in terms of the people with whom you work in your business, in your businesses. We're talking about the freedom, financial freedom, to be able to live the 5 F's with a level of absolute joy. The finance, based upon your faith, based upon your family, ensuring your health and well-being, fitness, and having fun. Finance being fundamental at the core. So if you have a business, you have folks with whom you work, think about contacting us. Contact us. If you do not have the proper protections in order, or you're not certain if you have the proper protections. Because some people think they do because they've got liability insurance, or they have commercial vehicle insurance, or they have some of these basic kinds of things. And yet they don't have some things that the vast majority of businesses in this country have not even heard of. So feel free to contact us. Jet, would you put up that visual so people can take a screenshot? You can reach us, and here's our number. We hope you can see it. And our intent is only to expose you to the best. And you get to question us because we believe in being questioned so that we better educate you in a way where you don't need us. We believe that the degree to which you're knowledgeable, you get to lead your life. So we're not looking to plan your life or plan your business or plan you. We're looking to provide you with the tools so that you can do it most effectively. So you got a screenshot of that, of Olive? And my own contact information, contact either one of us, contact both of us. Just contact us so that we can provide you with what's going to add value to you. And then what does Dennis write? He says, I always appreciate further education. I appreciate leaders as yourselves. How can I not succeed without such a combination? Thank you, ladies. Dennis, you lead by example. So we honor you also. It's powerful when we choose to be the greatness that's within us. We were created out of greatness. I fundamentally believe we are great to the degree that we choose to be. And again, it's about choice, making a decision. It doesn't mean we get there overnight. And once we get there, we have to work to stay there. Success is not forever. Success, you've got to work for it. Right, Olive? Tell us more.
Oh, you got to work on it. It's step by step. It's a lot, like I said, it's your baby. You got to raise it. And if you believe what you're doing, it doesn't feel like you're working hard because you just enjoy the process. It's all right. Every time you fail, congratulations, you learned, so you're going to do better.
Exactly.
It's definitely a process. Yes, absolutely.
Well, this has gone by too fast. I always enjoy our conversations and my learnings. And most importantly, Olive, my gratitude to you always
Yeah,
for
thank
showing
you.
up, caring, and being a model of leadership that cares and helps to transform.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a beautiful show. We really enjoy all the guests that you bring on your show, Dr. Webb. And to our audience, share a lot of Dr. Webb's broadcast. It's on YouTube, share from YouTube. And it's a lot of, you could go through her YouTube channel, Dr. Webb, if you want to share that. So that way you have a different speaker for different market. Couple of weeks ago you had a speaker from the real estate market, from realtors market. You have doctors, you have a Dr. Kwende, which is an awesome gentleman from our industry. There's so many different guests that you could literally share. Send them a YouTube link and share the broadcast. That way they get to learn even more about some of the topics that Dr. Webb covers with them. But thank you for having these shows on Wednesdays. I appreciate that.
It's my honor, our honor, right, Jet?
Mm-hmm.
And we will make certain that we get the YouTube channel as a permanent link when we close out this particular broadcast, and we'll place it at the end of this broadcast when it's uploaded to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Roku and Amazon TV today. Thank you so much, Olive.
Thank
I
you so
honor
much.
you.
Thank you for having me. All right.
Maja.
Have a wonderful day, everybody.